안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Thursday's edition of the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon-soa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-trends, K-people, K-everything. And we're joined by our co-host Bella Kim this Thursday. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa. And hello, everyone joining us today on the Culture Wave. I'm your co-host, Bella. And as always, I have fully packed K-entertainment stories for you guys. And today, especially on K-pop boy groups, so stay with us until the end.
And we also have a special guest today later on in the program. So we're going to continue to talk about K-entertainment or K-pop or even K-old pop.
Yes, and I especially love K-old pop, so I'm very looking forward to that as well.
Great. Now, Bella, before that though, I have a question for you. What is your favorite jang or Korean fermented paste?
Oh, my favorite has to be gochujang because my favorite food is tteokbokki. As I mentioned.
That was easy.
Yes.
Right. Now, jang has actually also been in the spotlight recently through Netflix's Culinary Class Wars, the cooking show. And let's hope Korea's jang will actually spread further around the world. And in fact, the report we will watch now will tell us that this may actually materialize. For Koreans, defining a meal without including doenjang, soybean paste, ganjang, soy sauce, or gochujang, red pepper paste is almost impossible. That's how big of a role they play in Korean dishes. And it's not just the sauces themselves. The entire process of jang making may soon receive more recognition as it's likely to be added to UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage. Lee Eun-jin has the details.
The long-standing food tradition of jang-making encompasses not only the fermented sauces themselves, but also the entire process. Jang-making begins by carefully brushing the surface of the blocks of maeju, which is fermented soybean, that is left to set over winter. The cleaned maeju is placed in traditional Korean earthenware jars called hangari. Then salt water is poured in. The ideal salt concentration of the water, enough to float a boiled egg, makes the jang taste its best. Finally, peppers are added and red-hot charcoals to remove any germs. Lunar New Year, which comes 2 months and 15 days after the winter hanging of the maeju, is the best time to start the jang-making process.
Hung to set for a month, another month for its outsides to dry, then another 15 days to wash and dry it again. The maeju makes doenjang that doesn't need preservatives and brings out its natural flavors.
Following on from the popularity of kimchi, the Korean culinary tradition of jang is capturing the taste buds of people around the world. The Evaluation Committee for the Safeguarding of the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage explained that the Korean jang forms the basis of Korean eating habits alongside rice and kimchi. They also highlighted that jang making not only brings a sense of belonging and family identity, but it also contributes greatly to food security and sustainable agricultural development. Jang-making was designated a national intangible heritage in 2018.
The evaluation panel made public its recommendation for South Korea's jang-making culture for inscription to the list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity. After getting the recommendation, unless something happens, it's expected to be registered.
The recommendation was made public at 8 a.m. on November 5th, which was midnight on November 5th local time in Paris. South Korea currently has 22 elements on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity list, starting from the first inscription of the royal ancestral ritual in the Jongmyo Shrine and its music in 2001, to the Talchum mask dance drama inscribed in 2022. The final decision for the listing of jang-making will be made between December 2nd and 7th when the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage meets in Paraguay. Lee Eun-jin, Arirang News.
Time for some K-entertainment news with Bella Kim. Bella, you warned me earlier that I might want to cover my ears for the first story. What is it?
Yes, are you ready?
I'm not sure, but go on.
Well, it's time Do you know this meme, Soa?
Yes, I actually saw that on your social media
Yes,
before.
correct.
It wasn't too bad. I didn't have to cover my ears, but what is it about?
Well, meme. It's a meme for Mariah Carey's holiday hit, All I Want for Christmas Is You. So every year on November 1st, she declares the start of the Christmas season as she defrosts this song. So for our first story today, we're going to talk about an upcoming Christmas carol. And it's a carol that many probably have already heard of. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas.
Just like the ones I used to know.
Exactly.
White Christmas.
Yes, it's White Christmas by legendary pop artist Bing Crosby. Well, BTS member V will release a duet, White Christmas, with late Crosby on December 6th. V has reinterpreted a part of White Christmas with his own unique vocal style, creating a cross-generational conversation or collaboration between the two artists. And this collaboration stemmed from V's long admiration for Bing Crosby. In 2022, V actually covered a song by Crosby, which it's been a long time, demonstrating his respect and affection for Crosby. Also, what's notable is that this is Bing Crosby's first duet release in 47 years since his last collaboration with David Bowie back in 1977. So that's been a long time.
Really, I wonder how this new version turns out. But Bella, our next story is also about a new release by a boy group member.
Yes, that's right. NCT member Do-young released his new single, The Story, or 시리도록 눈부신 in Korean on Wednesday. Now, this new single is a pop rock track that delivers an encouraging message to Do-young himself and to all young people striving forward in life. The song is written by renowned songwriter Kenzie and also co-composed by Do-young himself and composer Seo Dong-hwan.
And speaking of Do-young, any news about his group, NCT 127?
Yes, there is. So listen up, all NCT 127 fans around the globe. NCT 127 will launch its world tour in January. The group's fourth world tour titled Neo City The Momentum will kick off in Seoul January 18th and 19th. And then the group will continue with the tour around Asia and North America, including Jakarta, Bangkok, Toronto, Los Angeles, Osaka, and many more cities.
Exciting news for fans all around the globe. Now, Bella, we're going to end also again with a boy group.
Yes, today is fully packed with boy group stories.
See.
Yes, the world's first idol group with hearing impairments, Big Ocean, will make a comeback with its first mini album, Follow, on November 12th. The album title, Follow, carries Big Ocean's message to join them on a journey to find happiness. And their title song, Flow, was produced by Mark Batson. And people who are not familiar with Mark Batson, he actually collaborated with world-renowned artists such as Eminem, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, and many more. So that's big names there.
Yes, it's definitely big names he's worked with. And also, Bella, Big Ocean has been invited to a global event, I hear. And just recently, we actually saw them at the K-Expo in Paris that we talked about. So what's the next event we're talking about?
They have been actually invited to perform at the International Telecommunication Union's AI for Good Global Summit in Switzerland, which will be held next July. The summit is a prominent AI event with participation from over 40 United Nations agencies. Big Ocean's agency, Parastar Entertainment, explained that Big Ocean utilizes singing voice conversion technology in its album production and performances. So the organizers of the event actually heard this and viewed Big Ocean as a successful case of overcoming hearing limitations through AI and invited them to this event.
That's really nice to see how they are not only overcoming their hearing limitations, but also they're representing K-pop on a big global stage. So thank you very much, Bella, for those key intro news.
My pleasure.
And now time for other culture-related news with our AI anchor, Ari.
Welcome to the Culture Wave AI News. Here's our first story of the day. The Culture Ministry and the Korea Tourism Organization have selected 20 locations across Korea as open tourism destinations. The Open Tourism Initiative aims to make travel more accessible and safe for vulnerable groups, including people with disabilities, the elderly, and families with young children. Selected sites include Legoland in Chuncheon, Koje Botanical Garden and the Dora Observatory in Paju, which offers a rare glimpse into North Korea. Hallyu Mountain in Jeju sees peak visits in fall and winter, with hangover soup and ramen as popular keywords for winter trips. From 2019 to 2024, the busiest months were October, January, and May, with winter visitors frequently seeking spots known for hangover soup, ramen, and kimbap. That's according to the Jeju Tourism Organization, which highlighted that the frost and snowy landscapes of Hallyu Mountain create an unforgettable experience. The Korea Communications Commission hosted the third Regional Broadcasting Content Exchange and Cooperation event in Seoul to expand the global reach of regional broadcasters. The event is aimed at promoting the international distribution of high-quality regional programs and encouraging collaborative content production between local and foreign broadcasters. Representatives from Korea's 20 regional broadcasters and 10 broadcasters from Taiwan, Vietnam, the UK, and Japan participated. And that's all from me. Keep it tuned to the Culture Wave.
추억은 뜬 소문처럼 불어나 거대해져 그날의 등산은 도대체 왜 하는 걸까 뭐하러 힘들게 높이 오를까 어차피 내려올 걸 알면서도 뭐하러 그렇게 높이 오를까 술은 또 왜 그리들 마시는 걸까 뭐하러 몸 배려가면서 노나 어차피 깨버릴 걸 알면서도 뭐하러 그렇게 취하려 들까 내가 지금 마음이 차가운 건 따뜻한 적이 있었기 때문이야 나는 그냥 아무렇지 않았으면 좋겠어 이렇게 다시 슬퍼질 바에야 애초에 기쁘지도 않았으면 나는 그냥 아무렇지 않았으면 좋겠어
K-pop started to gain traction globally in the mid-2000s. But one American teenager who was born around that time fell in love with Korean pop and ballads from the 80s and 90s. She covers songs by Kim Hang-nae, Im Jae-bum, and Lee Seon-hee, names that the average K-pop lover outside Korea may not be familiar with. So before we invite her, let's take a look at this clip.
가끔씩 오늘 같은 날 외로움이 널 부를 땐 내 마음속에 조용히 찾아와줘 하고픈 말은 많지만 당신은 아실 테죠 먼 길 돌아 만나게 되는 날 I can't say goodbye
just saw was singer-songwriter and YouTuber Saree McIntosh. Hello, welcome. Wow, I have to say I got goosebumps and I was melted away by your singing in the video.
And your Korean is so good.
Oh, exactly.
Wow.
And I also have to mention, you know, the last song, especially by Im Jae-bum, our producer who put the clip together. She said she had to listen to the song all day long because she fell in love with it.
Wow.
So Saree, first and foremost, please introduce yourself to our viewers.
오케이. 안녕하세요. 저는 세리입니다. 저는 18살이고 미국에서 온 가수입니다. 반갑습니다. Nice to meet you.
That was totally in Korean.
Yeah, so we have Saree McIntosh here. She's a singer-songwriter from America and is 18 years old.
Yes.
And yes, as we just heard, your Korean is amazing. I'm afraid we have a global audience, so we will continue in English from now. But first, tell us a little bit about how you learned Korean.
Wow, well, I'm still learning Korean. I'm actually attending Hagwon right now. But before I moved to Korea, I studied online for about a year, just watching YouTube videos and K-dramas. And then also my dad speaks a little bit of Korean, so he taught me some Korean as well.
Amazing.
So you're right now here in Korea. How did you kind of come to Korea and what's your reason for being here in Korea right now?
So I moved this year in early March, and I came here because I really wanted to pursue my music career and also just continue learning the language and really give it all I got.
Great. So now let's actually talk about your music. So tell us about your special relationship with Korean music first.
So my dad actually lived in Korea in the 80s, and he actually sang as well when he was here. He sang on shows like 가족 오락관, 외국인 노래자랑. So he had a love of Korean music, and then my grandfather as well fought in the Korean War. So I've grown up listening to Korean music, and I just absolutely love Korean culture, Korean music, everything.
Wow.
So you already mentioned slightly about your family. So why don't we first talk about your family's connection with Korea? So you mentioned already your father and your grandfather. So your grandfather on your mother's side, I
Yes,
believe.
correct.
So tell us about their connection to Korea.
So my grandfather fought in the Korean War, and growing up, he told me all about his stories, and he actually earned a Purple Heart during the war. So he experienced a very different Korea than my dad experienced, but growing up I heard so many different stories and perspectives of it, so I've always had an interest.
So definitely a deeply rooted,
Yes,
I would
deep
have to say,
connection,
your connection.
definitely.
to
3
Korea.
generations.
Wow,
which
it is.
generations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
three
kind of
generations.
crazy.
That is amazing. Now, Saree, you are 18 years old. As you said, I think you turn 19 just next month.
Yes, next month.
But still a teenager. But you are about the age of the average K-pop idol, I would have to say.
Yes.
But interestingly, you have a big affection for Korean old pop, so songs from the 80s and 90s. So really, is there a particular reason for that preference? How did it all start?
Ooh, I think a big reason is because my dad played me those songs when I was younger. So he kind of like brainwashed me into loving this type of music. But I really love how specifically old K-pop is very emotional and seems very raw. And it's something that I really connect with. So that's why I specifically love old K-pop. But I also do love modern K-pop, like recent K-pop as well.
Of course. I think also Bella mentioned that you also like Korean old pop. Do you have
Exactly.
any examples maybe?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I can't think one on top of my head, but I do know whenever I have a playlist playing on in my car and someone gets onto my seats, they're like, tell me, be honest, you're not the age you are that I know of. You're probably like 10 years at least older than what you said because of all the old K-pop songs that I'm listening to.
But then we even have Saree in her teens loving
So
that
maybe
genre.
you're not 18, you're...
I think we need to take a road trip together.
Yes, get in my car.
All right, right. So you just mentioned you earlier mentioned your grandfather and your father, but we have to also talk about another family member who was actually in the video that we saw before, which is your brother.
Yes.
And you actually sing together and perform together. So tell us a little bit more about you and your brother Taylor. Is his name right?
Yes.
How does this work? How do you, make songs together? And also, you are siblings, so do you also have some arguments at times?
So my older brother Taylor, he's such a great brother, honestly. Like we're best friends, and we both love music. So we've been singing together for our whole life, but pretty much these past 3 years, we've really been like, let's make this happen. Let's make this a successful career. So my brother is a very talented songwriter as well, and he is also a producer. So he produces all of my YouTube videos. He makes the music for that, and he also makes his own music, which is really, really good. I'm a huge fan of his music.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's definitely in the blood, like your brother, you and your father singing. I also saw a clip of you and your father singing together on the show as well.
Yes.
And your father is a great singer as well. It's definitely in the DNA for sure.
Yes, my father's so talented, I think.
I really like how you said that you're a fan of your brother. I mean, I don't see many, siblings saying that about each other. So
That's
really,
so lovely.
That is lovely.
So you do cover many Korean songs, right? And some of your Korean cover songs are in the original language, which is Korean, but others are also in English. So you translate them yourself. Do you have any difficulties? And what do you try to, focus most on when you translate those songs?
So I've been making these cover videos for about 3 years now. And in the beginning, I really was just learning Korean. So I didn't understand all of the lyrics. So I would go through Papago or a translator app like that, and then also ask my dad for some help. But Korean and English are very different, and the way that we write lyrics is also very different. So I think the hardest part is trying to keep the same message and same feeling of the original Korean song, but also writing it to a good English lyric that still stands strong in English. So I think the thing that I try to focus on the most is just keeping the overall emotion of the song and idea, but being able to portray it well in English.
Because
That
it's
is
always,
wonderful.
It is, yeah, and it's really difficult to translate those emotions and then actually deliver that into the cover.
Yes.
And I can tell you're doing an amazing job. Hearing the producer, was touched by your song. That just tells that you're doing an awesome job. And you said you were from the States. Do you feel the popularity of K-wave or K-pop back in your home country, or do you have any specific episodes that you've experienced?
Absolutely. I'm from Las Vegas, and I got all of my friends into K-pop, and everybody I know loves K-pop. So the K-wave has definitely made its way to Vegas, and there's been multiple concerts. Like I went to a Blackpink concert in Las Vegas.
I even haven't been to a Blackpink concert here in
Really?
Korea.
It was so amazing. I got all my friends into K-pop, and yeah, I think K-pop in America is huge.
Wow.
So do your friends also have some specific favorite K-pop groups?
So I first got them listening to Stray Kids, and they kind of got into K-pop through Stray Kids, and then New Jeans. When New Jeans formed, that's when they were like, oh my gosh, they got into K-pop, and they might be a little more obsessed with modern K-pop than me right now.
Wow, so you're actually kind of acting as an ambassador in the States, spreading the love for K-pop.
Exactly.
Do you also feel the Korean wave in other ways, not only when it comes to music?
In dance, K-pop is huge. I'm also a break dancer.
Right.
So a lot of my friends are also dancers as well.
Wow.
And we all know that K-pop is known for dancing and singing. So learning all of the dances and filming cover videos is a huge trend in America right now.
Great. Now, do you, Saree, also have a favorite K-pop idol or group? Because you mentioned your love for the 80s and 90s music, but probably also have some favorites among the younger groups.
Yes, I do. Recently, I love New Jeans, of course. New Jeans is amazing. Stray Kids as well, like I mentioned. And I also like some K-indie bands, like Wave to Earth is my most listened to band right now.
So would you also imagine yourself collaborating with one of the K-pop stars? If there is, who would you love to collaborate on?
Okay, 3 came to mind.
Okay.
Jung Soon is one of my favorite singers of all time. So I would love to collaborate with her. And then Felix from Stray Kids. I really like him. He's my bias in Stray Kids. So I would love to do like maybe more of a dance song with him.
Ooh.
And then Wave to Earth. I love their music. So yes, so many. I want to collaborate with so many people.
Fantastic. And I know that you have also started as an actress. So you have probably many goals ahead of you. So can you give us a hint on how you see yourself maybe in 10 years from now, 20 years from now? What are your future plans?
Wow, I definitely want to have an album release that's of my original music, because so far I've done a lot of covers, which I love doing, but I also want to explore some of my own original music. So I'd hope to have been on a world tour and maybe be filming a movie or something. I want to continue studying Korean, so hopefully one day I can appear in like a K-drama or K-movie, something like that.
We're very excited to see you in the near future, yes.
We'd love to see all of those dreams come true in the future. And really, thank you very much for joining us today and introducing us to your music. And I have to say, it was also really a pleasure to listening to your voice throughout the past 15 or so minutes.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. And also thank you, Bella, for being our co-host for almost the entire week.
Yes.
And we're going to see you again next week.
Yes, I'll see you next week.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave, and hope you join us again Friday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.